Hi, I'm Dan Bosch, Director of Regulatory Policy at the American Action Forum. The United States has over 185,000 pages of federal regulations that impact every American's life, from setting minimum standards of the toothpaste we use, to mandating all those forms we have to fill out when getting a mortgage. But how are all these rules made in the first place? Today, I'm going to describe the federal regulatory process in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Rules are made through a process established by the Administrative Procedure Act, a law passed in the 1940s to standardize how the growing federal bureaucracy issued regulations. The process has 4 key steps. Step 1. The agency identifies a need for action. This can stem either from legislation being passed by Congress, changes in the marketplace, or even in response to a public petition. At this point, the agency is supposed to do a lot of background work and analysis to justify taking regulatory action. This step can take anywhere from months to years to complete. Step 2. The agency drafts a proposed rule and sends it to the Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs at the White House, also known as OIRA. Here, it is reviewed to ensure it's justified and aligns with administration priorities. Once OIRA gives the okay, the proposed rule is published in the Federal Register. At this point, the agency opens a public comment period of generally 60 to 90 days, during which time anyone is free to offer information or feedback about the rule. Once the comment period concludes, we move on to Step 3. The agency reviews all of the public comments it received and weighs whether or not it needs to make any changes to its proposed rule. The time this takes can vary from a couple of months to up to a year or more, depending on the number of comments received. Some rules will only get a handful of comments, while others can generate hundreds of thousands. Once the rule has been drafted, it goes back to OIRA for a final review. And that takes us to Step 4. The agency publishes its final rule in the Federal Register and lets the public know when it will take effect. So that's how rules get made. To be honest, the process isn't always as clean as what I just described, and it's often controversial. Many will argue that regulators often go too far, while some will say that regulators don't go far enough. But what's important to remember is that the process is intended to be deliberative, open to public participation, and transparent. Thanks for watching. For more information, check out AmericanActionForum.org, and be sure to subscribe for more videos from AAF.